welcome to this Friday, May the 26th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Joining me on the phone, as always, the king of controversy, Anthony Smoody. Smoody!
Happy Memorial Weekend.
Oh, well, not yet, Tony. You can't pop a beer till after the show. Let's start this thing off by recapping Smackdown. Start off with Shane O'Mac coming out and talking about Money in the Bank, which is taking place, I believe. Money in the Bank's gonna be on Father's Day. It was last year. I'm pretty sure it is this year as well. As AJ Styles then Shane McMahon announces the 5 men that are going to be in the match. It was AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler. Kevin Owens comes out and says, or Sami Zayn as well. Then Kevin Owens comes out, and then Shane McMahon goes, "You're not a part of this. You're the United States champion. You're not in this." Then Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. Then Kevin Owens says, "This is bullcrap. I beat AJ Styles. These other guys have at least a gripe." And then Shane McMahon says, "You know what? You are going to be the 6th man. Them are your 6 men. Tony, are you content with the 6 men that are in the Money in the Bank ladder match?"
They did put Kevin Owens in there, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much, I like the 6-man matchup for Smackdown
because don't forget, Raw will not have a Money in the Bank.
No, they haven't. The Raw and the Money in the Bank since.
Do you think they'll do it? Do you think they'll do it a different way?
I hope so, because it would be interesting to have Smackdown do one year, then Raw do another year.
Probably this. Probably how it's gonna go. Charlotte and Becky Lynch defeat Natalya and Carmella. There's gonna be a fatal 5-way next week on SmackDown, or 4-way and 5-way. The winner will become the #1 contender for Naomi. Now the rumor has it is they're gonna announce a woman's Money in the Bank ladder match. Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, I would be interested. Oh, they also announced that not a woman's Money in the Bank ladder match. Triple H announced it was it's the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's gonna be a nice one, but they're also having a women's tournament. So they call it.
Tony, we'll get to that. That's not part of SmackDown. Sami Zayn defeats Baron Corbin quickly, but then Baron Corbin just annihilates Sami Zayn. Then Jinder Maharaja comes out. Big celebration. Now, Tony, what are the chances that we finally get, once again, in this little run he's going to have, of course, the rematch against Randy Orton will take place at Money in the Bank. What are the chances we're ever going to get a Punjabi prison match out of this?
Probably, but will happen. I want to see if the Great Ali started wrestling one.
He was in Orlando for Comic-Con, or not Comic-Con, WrestleCon.
I want to see if Randy Orton turns heel in St. Louis.
It'll be in his hometown, an opportunity for him to win that title back. Tyler Breeze defeats Jimmy Uso loses the Fandango. Then they say, let's do a tag team title match right now. They do. Usos defeat Breezango. Tony, is that the end of Breezango?
That's gotta be. It's disgusting and everything. It's ridiculous.
AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura defeat Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. That's SmackDown. Then quickly for 205 Live, Rich Swann defeats Daivari. Cedric Alexander returns and gets a win. And Tozawa gets a win in a street fight over Brian Kendrick. That is, overall, Tony, any quick thoughts on SmackDown 205 Live, anything?
No, not really. It was a good show, and we'll have to wait for next week.
Raw's been a snore fest. I don't even want to get into that, but SmackDown, I think, was a little better. And also how they're showing matches during the commercial break as well.
Yeah, and also, Raw next Monday is going to be pretty interesting. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Well, it should be on Memorial Day. Should be exciting. Okay, we're taking time out. When we come back, we're going to recap Ring of Honor. We'll talk about that. That's next. Okay, folks, welcome back here to the Ringside Report for this Friday. Hope everyone's getting ready for the weekend. Let's recap Ring of Honor. But before we do that, Tony, like he was trying to say in the last segment, WWE announced the women's tournament. Like, of course, last year they had the Cruiserweight Classic. This year they're having a women's tournament, which I'm guessing the winner will get a contract to NXT. But it has been named the Mae Young. Is it the Mae Young tournament, or is it different?
Yeah, it's the Mae Young Classic.
Mae Young Classic, and what a name, and it deserves so much, and absolutely, I think, well deserved for the late great Mae Young.
Yeah, she did a lot. WWE and WWF and everything, but there won't be no taking off your bras and everything and showing your boobs.
Tony, that's what you do.
No, that's what you do.
Yeah, I'm the one that took off my shirt and jumped in the pool in the last day in Orlando.
Hey, I had to do something. It was a boring fest.
You were sick of me by that time. That was our last day there. Smoothie. You never know. Okay, let's recap Ring of Honor. There was no recapping. It was the Honor Rising event from Japan. So what we're going to talk about is preview Best in the World coming up on June the 23rd from, I believe, Lowell, Massachusetts. Tony, we talked about this. I'm going to ask you this again. Christopher Daniels is your world champion. Who is the next in line? You said Frankie Kazarian, but do you really think it's going to be Kazarian, or do you think there's someone else that deserves to be in the spotlight and get an opportunity?
I think it's going to be one of the Bullet Club members, because with Adam Cole gone, I think it's going to be that new guy that joined the Bullet Club.
Whoever did not, and I don't remember who he pinned, but whoever in that triple threat match didn't get pinned at War of the Worlds technically should deserve a one-on-one match, right?
Yeah, that was Silas Young.
So do you think Silas Young deserves to be in that mix too?
He has never got a world title shot. He should get something because he's only tag teaming with that big
Tony, just call him the Beer City Bruiser.
The Beer City Bruiser who left the keg last Monday night on Raw. Did you see that?
Yeah. And did you see the meme on Facebook about it?
Yeah.
Only one man leaves a keg behind. But so right now, if you had to put money on it, you're in Vegas at the wrestling betting table. Who's Christopher Daniels facing at Best in the World June 23rd?
I think I have to go with I'm trying to think, Silas Young or
I don't know who got pinned in that match. I think maybe Cody. You said Bullet Club. That's Cody. He was in that match.
I think, yeah, it's gotta be Cody. Cody's gotta be the one.
I mean, he's a guy. I mean, they'd love to get the world title back in Bullet Club. They had it with Adam Cole, but to get it back, I think would even be bigger for them.
Well, remember, Cody won the Impact Grand Championship on Impact, so
he don't even go show up to Impact anymore.
Yeah, but
You're behind, Tony. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Also, Marty Scurll's part of Bullet Club. Do you think he's in there? He's the television champion right now.
Yeah, I think somebody should take it out, and he does not deserve to be champion. He's been champion for a long time. It's time for him to...
No, he deserves it. Look at Asuka. She just broke this week she broke Goldberg's undefeated streak.
Oh, jeez.
But, so we'll see what happens there. Ring of Honor, we'll have a recap. I believe next week might be Honor Rising, a recap as well. But they should be, I believe they did a new set of tapings in Philadelphia, was it? Right after, was it Philly? They did it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what happens. We're taking time out. When we come back, we're going to recap NXT from Wednesday from the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Okay, let's recap NXT from the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Of course, they did a lot of recapping of the matches that took place at TakeOver on Saturday. The matches we did see was Aleister Black getting a win over Kurt Hawkins, who's on the Raw roster, but he came into NXT. Do you think they optioned him down to AAA, to use a baseball term?
Well, because he hasn't been hitting. He's not been doing well as a singles competition, but time for him to get back down there and try to work his magic down there.
And then, of course, we had Velveteen Dream, who is the, I forgot what his name was, the black guy that was on Tough Enough. He's more flamboyant now. And guess who he faced, Tony?
Who?
Robert Ego Anthony.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And he got a win over the Velveteen Dream, got a win. And then their main event, Drew McIntyre gets a win over Wesley Blake. So, of course, this show was more of a recap. But now going down the line as we get ready to get onto the road to TakeOver Brooklyn, Your thoughts on this, Tony? Do you see the who do you see next in line for Bobby Roode? We've talked about this before as well, but who do you think it is?
Chamba.
He's injured. I think you got to build that feud between him and Gargano first.
Yeah,
And I believe they're both going to be getting called up to the main roster, which was the reason for their breakup.
I think it'll probably be Aleister Black or
McIntyre, you think?
McIntyre, and possibly if Adam Cole signs through the summer or whatever happens, possibly, but I don't know what's going to happen with him. So I think it's going to be McIntyre. I think he's next.
McIntyre versus Drew McIntyre. I think that'd be a fun matchup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm sure they met up in TNA before.
They met up, but it's been a rocky road for Texas. Otherwise, but TakeOver Chicago was good, but I think right now Brooklyn needs to hit the bomb before SummerSlam.
It always does. I think it always sets that bar. And I mean, TakeOver Chicago did, because I thought Backlash, and me being there in person, I thought it was a dud.
Yeah, because the only two so far, let's see, San Antonio was good, and the Royal one was okay. WrestleMania, TakeOver Atlanta was good, the WrestleMania was great. TakeOver Chicago, then Backlash, which sucks. Now TakeOver Brooklyn and
Brooklyn always seems to deliver.
And then you got TakeOver Houston in November.
Yep, and then you'll have TakeOver New Orleans in April. So we'll see what happens, Tony.
And TakeOver Philadelphia too.
Oh boy, buckle up. Oh yeah, that's because I forgot Houston's for Survivor Series and Philly.
I heard mostly they're doing it because of Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. They're doing all takeovers now. And
I think that's great. It gives them an opportunity to venture out, and they're already in the city, so make a weekend of it.
Yeah.
So that's NXT. We are off. That is going to do it for us. We are off on Monday for Memorial Day. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'd like to send a congratulations to my dad, Papa Shango. He yesterday was his final day of work. He retires. The first day of retirement's today. I want to wish him the best of luck and everything. I keep telling him, I told him last Friday we went to the Cub game, it's the first day of the end of your life. So, best wishes to him, and I'm sure he'll enjoy his retirement. He gets bored quick, so I bet he's going to find a part-time job. I give it end of June.
I also want to say congratulations to Cleveland, possibly eventually going to be probably at the taping time. And also congratulations to maybe Pittsburgh on their way to Stanley Cup Finals. Nashville, this stuff, you gotta dog the fight.
It should be exciting. Of course, both championships are going to be going up against each other. That's the Memorial Day week is usually the start of that, so it should be exciting. So, folks, everyone have a great Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget what this weekend is about. It is not about barbecues and celebrating, have an extra day of drink, and don't forget about all those people that gave us freedom and the reason we can do what we're allowed to do. So thank you to everyone that has served our country. You guys rock, and I don't even have an ounce of to be able to do what you guys do. So thank you very much to everyone. Go ahead.
And also, happy birthday to a nice Army hero himself, Joey Chichi. He turned 46 this week.
Congratulations to you. Yeah, another one that has defended our country. So thank you to everyone so much. We don't show enough affection for those people. And thank you very much. Folks, that's going to wrap it up. Everyone have a great weekend. We'll be back on Wednesday. For Anthony Spoody, I'm Ryan Young saying thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.